If it's fair to say that Calgary runs on oil and Toronto runs on money, is it also fair to say that Montreal runs on wine? Well, we drink tons of the stuff. The strange thing is, however, Quebec doesn't have a great reputation for making its own wine. However, there's one diamond in the rough, and wine director and owner of the restaurant Grape, Mr. Ryan Gray, has said that he's going to take us up and we're going to do a little tour of a vineyard in Quebec that's making great wine. Ryan?
Matt? The vineyard's called Les Pervenches. I want to know actually what it is about it that makes it so special.
Yeah.
And so there's one guy doing it the right way, and we're going to find out exactly how he's doing it.
Les Pervenches is a vineyard just 50 minutes east of Montreal, founded by Véronique Coupin and Mike Marler. They have devoted themselves to making quality organic wines right here in Quebec. That's no easy feat. This is what a winemaker's supposed to look like. Like, this is it. You're supposed to look you're like a grape surfer. It's it's like one of the things that we were saying is a lot of challenges to making a good wine in Quebec.
The first thing that we could talk about, which is a problem for everybody, basically, is getting through winter. That would be our first thing. And then you have are we going to ripen this grape in a summer? So there's a lot of experimentation going on, and we use a lot of different varieties. We have things that are working really well. We grow a lot of Chardonnay. We have young Pinot Noirs that are really fun, and then we're like, well, let's try some Pinot Gris. But then you don't want to go all over the map. You want to stay focused too at the same time.
These are like very kind of lush vines.
Yeah, when you're in these hot, humid climates, these small clustered varieties put up a lot of growth.
So these vines take a lot more pruning?
A lot more management.
Yeah.
For sure. And we're also organic, so we weed the vineyard, to keep the vines, clean. Right here of Céval. I guess historically it's the mostly grown white grape in Quebec. This one, the berries will become almost big like the ones we see in the grocery stores.
Once fully ripened, the grapes are pressed and barreled. But first, they spend a few weeks macerating.
Maceration is the process of extracting tannins and color from the grapes. And they stay in there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then they're pressed. So what comes out from below the press, that can go into barrels. And then basically stays in the barrels until we take it out and bottle.
So we're here at the tasting station.
First, we're going to try what we have available on the market now, which is Solino 2012.
Cheers. So I've just swirled it.
You're just aerating the wine. You're going to try and bring out more aromas in the glass.
Okay.
Because, everything you taste through your nose.
Do we spit or do we swallow?
Spit.
Okay.
You spit. You have to. You have to. Okay.
It certainly has definitely a bright berry aroma to it.
Less acidity.
That's wild. I've never brought air in and out of my mouth while drinking
So it's just
wine.
an explosion.
Something that's going to tell you that the wine is quality is that you're going to have the full experience of the wine in your mouth for a long time afterwards.
So this Chardonnay, it's called Les Rosiers. That's the name of the block.
And so all that complexity is in the grape. There's nothing that you do to flavor the wine.
We could argue that oak is a huge flavoring compound for wine. All the wine, be it red or white, tastes way better if they're aged in oak.
In, out.
It's a really fairly typical, super French-style Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. It's great.
Good. That's it. So we have seen everything from the vine to the barrels. The next thing, we go back to Ryan's place, Nora Gray, and we're gonna have a little bit to eat, and we're gonna talk a little bit about wine. Back to the city. Actually, first things first, we're gonna buy some wine.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is the part of the tasting where we don't spit.
That's fantastic. Well, that's really good. Raise a toast to wine. Cheers. L'chaim. Cut me loose. Do we spit or do we swallow?
Spit.
Restaurateur Ryan Gray and I spent the morning just outside Montreal at Les Pervenches Vineyard. We got an appreciation of what it takes to produce a quality wine in a harsh climate like Quebec.
After you.
Thank you very much. We're back at the restaurant, and it's time for some pairing. Joining us is one of the city's top wine importers, Theo Diamantis. So, Les Pervenches is a Quebec wine, and this is a wine that you guys both get behind.
They're making great wine. I think it's a real testament to the hard work they're doing, especially in the vineyard, because it has to be said that what Mike and Vero are doing is more along the lines of non-interventionist winemaking, more of a natural wine approach.
We're sitting here with two Belvanche wines. We have a red and a white, and we asked Ryan to put 2 plates, one that will go with the white and one that will go with the red.
So this is the part of the tasting where we don't spit.
Okay.
So this is the Saval Chardonnay.
That's absolutely great.
Super clean, super fresh, super crisp. So we're gonna pair this with Gaspé lobster.
Okay.
In salad with Quebec asparagus in a basil orange vinaigrette. The way that I like to think about pairings is I don't like to overthink them ever.
Yep.
And I like to try and use regional pairings as much as possible.
And then I use this like a little like that. Should
Yeah, get a little asparagus on there.
Too?
Yeah, get everything in there.
Get everything in there.
Yeah, get a full bite.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's really good.
That's fantastic.
What you're looking for in a nice pairing, the wine should be lifting the food's flavors, and the wine should be refreshing the palate.
Ooh, yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Those are seared sweetbreads with wild mushrooms, pickled ram, and pea shoots.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
It's a really, really simple dish. It has like a lot of earthiness, and it has quite a bit of fattiness to it. This wine has so much freshness and so much brightness on it, and yet there's a lot of fruit, and I thought it would pair really well with the mushrooms and the richer dish.
I'm gonna try to get a little something of everything here. Wow.
While there's a lot of fruit going on in the wine, you can see how the fruit sort of subdues and just creates a lift for the food.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have that richness on your palate for a second.
Yeah.
And when you introduce the wine, it sort of cushions everything a little bit. Well, gentlemen, we said it before. Let's do it right now. Raise a toast to wine.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.